श्री पतंजलि योगा सूत्रा पार्ट 4 श्लोक नंबर 11। हेतु फलाश्रया लंबनई संग्रहित्वा देशां भावे तद्भावा। Being held together by cause, effect, support, and objects, in the absence of these is its absence. Commentary on Sri Patanjali Yoga Sutra by Swami Vivekananda. Desires are held together by cause and effect. If a desire has been raised, it doesn't die without producing its effect. Then again, the mind stuff is the great storehouse, the support of all past desires reduced to sanskara form. Until they have worked themselves out, they will not die. Moreover, so long as the senses receive the external objects, fresh desires will arise. If it be possible to get rid of the cause, effect, support, and objects of desire, then alone it will vanish. 4. Shlok number 12. Atita nagatam swarupoto astaya dva bhedad dharma ram. The past and future exist in their own nature, qualities having different ways. Commentary on Sri Patanjali Yoga Sutra by Swami Vivekananda. The idea is that existence never comes out of non-existence. The past and future, though not existing in a manifested form, yet exist in a fine form. Part 4, Shlok number 13. Dev Vyakt Sukshma Gunatmanaha. They are manifested or fine, being of the nature of the gunas. Commentary on Sri Patanjali Yoga Sutra by Swami Vivekananda. The gunas are the three substances, sattva, rajas, and tamas, whose gross state is the sensible universe. Past and future arise from the different modes of manifestation of these gunas. Part 4, Shlok number 14. Parinamai Katvadva Tut Tatpam. The unity in things is from the unity in changes. Commentary on Sri Patanjali Yoga Sutra by Swami Vivekananda. Though there are three substances, their changes being coordinated, all objects have their unity. Part 4, Shlok number 15. Vastu Samye Chit Vedat Yovir Vibhaktaha Panthaha. Since perception and desire vary with regard to the same object, mind and object are of different nature. Commentary on Sri Patanjali Yoga Sutra by Swami Vivekananda. That is, there is an objective world independent of our minds. This is a refutation of Buddhistic idealism. Since different people look at the same thing differently, it cannot be a mere imagination of any particular individual.